Hello everyone, my name is Aryan Dubey and today we are going to make an Django API with function based view and call that API so that we can see our output on screen. So let's start by changing our directory to the Django folder on desktop. So let's run this command cd desktop Django that will enter in the Django folder on the desktop. So in this Django, we will first have to create a virtual environment. So let's know about virtual environment. Virtual environment is an environment isolated from operating system so that all the required libraries, scripts can be installed in it even if the system has old libraries. So let's install virtual environment so that all our required libraries can be installed in it. So pip install virtual env will install virtual environment in our system. As you can see that I have already installed virtual environment, but when you run this command in your system, this will install virtual environment in your system. So after installing virtual environment, we have to create that virtual environment for our Django project. So let's run a command python 3-m virtual env and the name you want to give the virtual environment. I will give my virtual environment as venv name. You can give any other name, but this is the standard name. So let's run this command and you can see that created virtual environment as our output. But how do we know that our virtual environment is created? So let's run another command named as source when bin activate that will activate our virtual environment. As you can see that in the left side of the directory virtual environment is written, that means virtual environment is now activated. So in this virtual environment, first we have to install python 3 as our required library. So let's run a command sudo apt-get install python 3 because all our work will be gone through the python 3. When you run this command, as you can see that python 3 is installed in my virtual environment. We will make a Django API, that means we have also installed Django. So python 3-m pip install Django will install Django in my virtual environment. As you can see that virtual environment is now installed as my command is completely executed. Now we have installed python 3 and Django in our virtual environment. So let's start by making a project for our Django app. So let's run a command Django admin start project and name the project as project 1. As you can see that command is completely executed, that means project 1 is created. Change our directory to that project 1. Now in this project we have to make a Django app in which we are going through all our work. So let's start by running another command Django admin start app1. App1 is my name for the Django app. As you can see that this command is also executed. So let's time to code our business logic part, or you can say that function part, in which we are going to write our logic in function based view. So let's time for the code. As you can see that in the project 1 directory my app is created and project 1 is also created. So let's start by accessing the app in the project directory. How can we do that? In the settings.py file in installed apps, just write your app name. So my app name is app1. Whatever your app name is, you will write in the installed app so that your project directory can access to that app. Now we have to write our function part, or you can say the logic part, so that we can run our Django app. So we will write this in function based view. What is function based view? It's a Python function that takes a web request and returns a response. So our basic task is that first we have to take a request, then we will return a response. How can we do that? So for that I will import a module named as django.http, and from that I will import http response that will take a request and return a response as output. So for the function based view we have to create a function. So our first function will be hello world. Now that will take a request. So this request is my object. You can give any other name, but for the convenience I have given request as my object name. That will return a response from the HTTP response class, which will also have an object name as hello world, and that will going to show us on our screen. Now we will make another function, learn Django, that will take a request as an object and return a response in the big letters. I want this my output as big letters. So learn Django will become in the header 1 format. This is the format for learn Django. Now I want these two functions to execute in my Django. So for that I will give a path for that. So in the urls.py we will give path for both these functions. So how can we do that? By writing path hello. This is the root name whatever I want to give. So I know that my logic part is written in views. So views dot, and inside views my function name is hello world. Just rename this from Django to the app1, so that from app1 we can import our views and can access hello world function. Now we will give another path for learn Django. So learn. So inside views our function name is learn Django, that can access learn Django. We can see that project has access to the app, and in the views function our logic is also written that takes a request and returns a response, and in the urls.py file we have given part to our function that will show output on the screen. So let's start by running back to terminal and running our command so that we can see the output. So python manage.py make migrations. We can see that make migrations will make queries for that, and python manage.py migrate will make all our changes permanently. So to check our output we have to run another command, python manage.py run server, and by running our server localhost server we can see our output by clicking on this link. Don't be panic about the error page you have shown on the browser page. Just click on the link and name it as hello, because we have given the path for hello world function as hello and learn Django function as learn. So let's first see the hello as our output. So hello, and when we call that hello you can see the output as hello world. Again when I change the path to learn, you can see that I have given the header 1 format to the learn Django in the code part. You can see that learn Django has the header 1 format. That is why our output is big as compared to hello world. So that's our program to call that API by making a function based view in the Django app. Thank you.